Hi all, welcome to Online World Civ since 1500, that's History 1112. My name is Dr. Jamie Fagan and I'm going to be your instructor for the course this semester. This video is designed to give you a brief overview of how the course is structured, what you can expect from the course, how to find the information that you need about assignments, due dates, readings, and videos that you need to watch. It is designed to replace the face-to-face orientation, but if you have any questions at the end of the video, please don't hesitate to ask. So since you're seeing this video, you have successfully logged into D2L and you are at the World Civ since 1500 W1 Spring Semester 2015 homepage. You will see on the left-hand side there's a news tab. That's where I will update you with information, any information that you might need about the upcoming semester. It's also where I will note any changes to material, updated links, or important dates that you have coming up. So make sure you check that regularly. Under the News tab, there is an option to sign up for notifications. So you can have them sent to your email address or to your cell phone, and that way you can get them in real time and don't have to worry about missing anything. I would highly suggest doing that. In the middle, you have the calendar. The calendar is updated with all of the due dates that you have for this course, beginning with the orientation quiz that's due on January 18th. You do have to successfully complete the orientation quiz in order to continue in the course. Anyone who has not completed the orientation quiz by January 18th at 11:59 p.m. will be reported as non-attending to the registrar. On the right-hand side, you have the content browser, and that essentially shows you how the material is set up. Okay, so at the beginning, you'll have the orientation folder. The orientation folder says start here, so that's where we want to start. You have my biography, telling you a little bit about me, putting a face to the name, and then you have your orientation videos, which you're watching right now. You also have the course syllabus, which is divided into 4 different components. You have your objectives. The objectives include learning objectives. Learning objectives are the skill set of history, the types of skills, academic skills that you can be expected to learn in this course. And the learning outcomes. The learning outcomes are the specific material, the specific content that we'll be going over in the course. You'll see that it begins with the 16th century or the 1500s, essentially starting with the Renaissance and Reformation, and goes all the way to the 20th and early 21st century with the shifting balance of power in the modern world. That's all the material that we will cover. Also in the course syllabus, you have the textbook information. You can see your textbook is The Heritage of World Civilizations. And an infographic for how this course works. Essentially, the course is divided into different components, different units. You have the Unit 1, which covers post-war problems, Unit 2, an emergent power, Unit 3, 4. Each unit has an introduction, 3 subunits, and a discussion. I'll show you how that works when we get into the modules themselves. You also have midterms and finals and a project. In fact, if you skip down to the grading tab, you'll see the graded assignments are all listed. You have 2 exams, 200 points each, 400 points total. Those exams are scheduled through the testing center, and you must sign up for those exams through SCORE. I have included in the calendar the final day for sign-ups for the midterm, and that's actually February 20th. The final day to sign up for the final is April 17th. So make sure that you sign up for those because there will not be makeup options. The testing center closes registration at 5:00 p.m. on the final day, and they don't reopen it. So make sure that you sign up as soon as you possibly can. Another 200 points comes from your documentary history project, which is going to be making a documentary, and we will go over that in more detail. You have 12 quizzes, 3 in each of the units, worth 20 points each. I dropped the 2 lowest quiz grades, so that is, the quizzes are worth 200 points. And at the end of each unit, you have an essay, so that's 4 over the course of the semester, one for Unit 1, one for Unit 2, one for Unit 3, and one for Unit 4. That poses an essay that you need to answer. That's 200 points total, or 1,000 points possible for the semester. I've included a grading scale. In order to earn an A, out of those 1,000 points, you need to earn at least 900. For B, it's 800 to 899, and so on and so forth. Finally, I've included the course due dates. Unit 1, that includes the first 3 quizzes, and your end-of-unit discussion is due on February 8th. Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. So that's how the grading is set up. All of those dates are also available in the calendar. Under policies and procedures, you'll see what I like to call the fine print of the syllabus. Make sure you read all of these so that you are familiar with what is expected of you in the course. And then finally, I've included my contact information. You can contact me in multiple ways. You can contact me through the email tool in D2L, through my school email address, which is jfagan@highlands.edu, or by phone or text at 678-469-3747. That is my personal number, so take care when you use it. I don't want to be getting phone calls or texts at 3 o'clock in the morning. It makes me cranky. Okay, so that is largely the syllabus. I've included help and frequently asked questions. As I get questions repeatedly, I will post my answers here. So make sure you check the FAQ and help section before you ask any questions, because they all may already have been answered. And then we have a discussion. If you have any questions, you can pose them in this discussion tab, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Finally, once you've completed the orientation, you will be taking an orientation quiz, which is located, see if I can find it, where did it go? Here we go. Which is located here under the required quiz tab, and that will have you oriented to the semester. After January 18th, when you've completed the introductory week, you'll be moving into Unit 1, which covers the Atlantic world. The units are basically set up the same way. You have a textbook reading and a quiz. The quiz is over the textbook reading, and you may use your textbook or notes or whatever you have to complete the quiz. Then you'll have additional material. In this case, it's a series of videos. If the direct link to the video doesn't work, I have several alternate routes that you can use to get to that material, but this gives you a different perspective on the textbook reading. And then finally, you have primary source material. In this case, you have an excerpt from Malleus Maleficarum, The Witch's Hammer, and you will be expected to read through that new material. So that is the Atlantic World, New Ideas, Renaissance and Reformation. Part 2, Subunit 2 of Unit 1 is the Columbian Exchange. You'll note that you have textbook reading, a quiz, a video, and then more primary sources. And Subunit 3 is the Atlantic Revolutions. In this case, you have a textbook reading quiz, one video, and primary sources on the Boston Massacre. When you have completed all of those subunits, at the bottom of Unit 1, you'll see the Unit 1 essay, which asks you to answer that question. Your question will be typed into the discussion tab. Make sure you note the instructions that you need to include 2 to 3 paragraphs, a strong thesis, and supporting evidence. This will be graded as if it's an essay that you're turning in and not just as a stream of consciousness discussion. So make sure that you formulate an essay. You'll also be expected to use the textbook reading, supplemental material, and primary sources from each of the subunits in crafting your response. Unit 2 is structured the same way. Subunit 1 is industrialization, 2 is the non-industrialized world, 3 is the new imperialism, and then you have your Unit 2 essay. Once you've completed Unit 1, you have your midterm. Again, the midterm are scheduled through SCORE, through the testing center, so make sure you sign up for that as soon as possible. The exams are closed note, closed book. And you will need to go into the testing center of your closest campus in order to take that exam. If you are participating in this course from a distance and can't get to one of our campuses, you will need to contact me so that we can set up a proctored exam through a local testing center for you. After you've completed the midterm, you'll be moving through Unit 3 and Unit 4, set up exactly the same way, and then your final exam. The last thing that you have is your course project. So we've made it through all of the content material. The last part of your grade, last 200 points of your grade, is a documentary that you'll be making. It starts here with the documentary assignment guide. This allows you to see all at once what you're going to be expected to do with this documentary project. So you can print this out at any time. Essentially, you're going to be making a documentary and uploading it to YouTube. It has to fall within the scope of the course, which is World History since 1500, and you cannot do something pertaining to American history. Your documentary film has to be between 5 and 8 minutes long and must include at least 20 images. You may work in groups of up to 4. If you choose to work in a group, you need to email me and let me know the members of your group and your topic so that I can keep everybody straight. You will be uploading your video once it's created to YouTube or Vimeo or some other video hosting service. Make sure that it is public. You can make your video public, or you can make it available to anyone who has the link. Do not make it completely private. If you make it completely private, I will not be able to view it and grade it. I've included some options that students have used in the past for making these movies. You are not required to do it. It can be as simple as doing a voiceover with a PowerPoint or having someone film you. If you have questions or issues with the technical components, please make sure that you get in touch with me as soon as possible so that we can get everything straightened out. So here is more information about the video. I've included a sample of the video that you can watch, some hints about storytelling, and a video on how to upload a video to YouTube. So what you'll be doing is, in order to turn it in, you're going to submit to the Dropbox a bibliography saved as a separate file. It can be PDF, it can be a Microsoft Word document. And under the comments, you're going to include the link to your YouTube video. So it should look something like this. So you'll click on Turn It In, and here under your Dropbox, you will upload your bibliography, and then in the notes, which you'll get after you upload that material, you will paste the link to your YouTube video. So 2 different components. One is the video, one is the bibliography. Here's the information to help you with making your video. Here is a link to help you with the bibliography. You're required to submit a bibliography of all sources. At least you have to use at least 4, and it has to be completed in the Chicago Manual of Style. If you've never used the Chicago Manual of Style, you can go through this workshop. It starts with videos on why we cite, what the parts of a citation, when to cite, and then goes through the basics of the Chicago Manual of Style, what it looks like in a bibliography format, what footnotes and endnotes look like. You will not be using footnotes or endnotes in your video, so you can focus on part 1. There's a video on other issues to watch out for, the dangers of automatic citation generators, and then any questions that you might have. So all the information that you need about your documentary film can be found in this tab here under Course Project. Again, I look forward to this semester. If you have any questions that I did not answer in this orientation video, please feel free to contact me by text, phone, through D2L in the discussion tab, or swing by my office in Douglasville 147, and I will be happy to answer those for you. Thanks, and let's have a great semester.